Hello, happy August to all of our pre-pink achievers. Congratulations. I am so excited that you are starting the year with strength and commitment, and you are all in on this consistency club this year. You guys, what a blessing to have a company that not only allows us the ability to earn a 50% profit on everything we sell. You guys, if that was the only perk of being a Mary Kay consultant, do you know that we could sell enough product to pay our bills with Mary Kay? Do you know that? So Mary Kay Ash, back in the day, many of you may not have read her story. So get the autobiography if you didn't. So when she sold Stanley Home Products, okay, it was all kind of products for your house. It was her first experience with sales of that nature, really. And Mary Kay, in order to pay all of her bills, she was a single mom of 3, and Mary Kay held 3 parties a day, 2 during the day. 15 people were her minimum quota. Okay, now don't say comma but. That was a different time. Comma but. She didn't have this obstacle. Comma but. She didn't have the hard I have. Don't discount her greatness and her tenacity because you don't see all her obstacles. Don't do it. Don't do it. I warn you. Okay, 15 people a day, 3 parties a day, 5 days a week. Then she was part of the 5 o'clock club. So she would wake at 5, get the children their breakfast, get them off to school. Then she would hold party 1 in the morning. She would hold party 2 before the children got home. And when the children got home, she would have dinner. And just before the kids were going to bed, she would scoot out and hold her 3rd party of the day. 15 people times 3 a day, you guys. 45 women a day in front of Mary Kay. Why? Because that was her commitment. She could pay her bills. She could feed her family. She could take them to school. She could pick them up. She could be the provider for her children and create a life that she loved to live without a corporate boss telling her she couldn't get off in time to go help her kids. Okay, so then there's competitions. There's the queen of sales. There's the seminar event, I'm going to call it, where they crown the queen, the highest seller, the king, whatever you want to call it. And Mary Kay went and asked, what are you doing to sell so much stuff? So that's when her commitment came. All right, here we go. This is what I got to do. And guess what? She did what the advice was of the woman who had achieved the great feat. My friends, here's what I want you to hear today. You sit through so many trainings. We sit through so many pep talks. We sit through all kinds of information, ideas. We are in so many groups, on so many portals, on so many blogs. We read a million books. We are the most inspired, overly inspired, under motivated, and under disciplined humanity ever. We have more knowledge and yet less work ethic than the generations before us. One thing I said when I was becoming a national sales director was, you will never out-hustle me. It became the badge I wore. It became my mantra, my banner, whatever you want to call it, because there were so many other things that I lacked. Okay, I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't analytical. I didn't walk into a situation and see every side. I wasn't necessarily a great creator. I was a great copycat. I would love to see an idea or a promotion or a party or a party idea, but I didn't really create all that. But I just simply could copy. It's okay to copycat as long as you copy the right cat. You guys got really good at copying the right cat. Why? Because if I was going to take the time to go to an event, to sit through a seminar, to go to leadership, to go to career conference, to seminar, whatever, you better believe that I was going to take something from there and I was going to make progress. Now, you can't take every idea that you hear, but I literally had to take the information, pick something, and grow from there. My goal as a sales director was to go to leadership conference every year in a different position. Year 1, I was a director. Year 2, I was a a senior. Year 3, I was a future executive. Year 4, I was an elite executive. Why am I telling you that? In year 5, I was back to executive. Year 6, elite, and then NIQ. Why do I tell you that? Because growth is a huge motivator. When we can see progress, then we know we're moving in the right direction. Here's where I see that we get stuck. We become accustomed to the thing that we keep saying to ourselves. I'm not a tracker. I don't know my numbers. I don't want to keep up with that. Well, my friends, I want to enlighten you a little bit, and I want to tell you a piece of advice that I hope will serve you for the rest of your Mary Kay career. If you don't know your numbers, you're not going anywhere. If you don't know what you're doing, you can never grow from where you are. You can't. If you ever meet a person who is training in anything, weightlifting, running. I remember when I ran track in high school, okay? I was not that fast, okay? And I was in a heat with 5 girls, and one of them was the reigning state champion in the 400 meter sprint. And I'm telling you, 400, y'all, it is, to me, it is said to be the hardest race. There is no pacing. There is no catch your breath. You run with all you've got till you get to the last 100, and then you better turn on the wheels and go. I was so far behind everybody. Like, seriously, I was a long way back. And I finished like, wow, you really suck. And my coach came over to me and he said, oh my goodness, you just beat your best time. Why? How did he know that? Because he tracked my time. He kept up with my time, friends. He tracked it. If you don't know your number, you're always going to feel like you suck. But I could walk away and say, put me by the state champion, and she elevated my game. She elevated my game. Y'all, we are making a lot of excuses. We can see so many reasons why we can't or shouldn't. I want you to live in the place of possibilities. I want you to hang on to not I can't, but how can I? Not it's not possible, but what are the possibilities? Because the truth is, today is the day that everything can change, comma, if you make the decision to do something different. Girlfriends, you better pull out the beast mode sheet. Pull out the inner circle beast mode sheet. Find a row and start tracking. Track your bookings or your leads, and on the bottom row where it says 1 beast mode sheet turned in, track all your calls and your contacts. You know, I meet people in sales, you guys, who literally will sit for 8 straight hours and make phone calls. And there were times in my career that I thought if I made 5 or 10 calls a day, like I was like on top of the world. Like, woo, look at me. I worked. Y'all, Mary Kay is my full-time gig. I don't play. This is not hobby time. This is not a hobby time thing for me. It is my calling. And for many of you, you know in your heart of hearts and in your guts that you are called to be the state champion. Because the state champion, she makes other people run their best time. Because she's so far out in front. She's so far ahead of them that y'all, you can get in her tailwind. Y'all know what I'm saying? And she gonna pull you on. Don't be stepping off the sideline and going and sitting down and pouting because you're not the state champion yet. If you want to be the champion, you got to train like the champion without excuses. There are no excuses. I showed up sick. I remember Anita Conley saying, I went and barfed in the bushes. As soon as I got to the party, I wiped my face off, patted my cheeks, and said, girl, we got work to do. Let's go. It doesn't matter. Like, just keep going. Keep your commitments, you guys. Go show up and show out. Because so many of you are called to be the leader out in front. And it's time for you to step into that role. That girl who was the reigning state champion, I guarantee you with every fiber of my being, she got on the block every day and practiced how she was going to take off. She got on the block every day and put on her spikes every day because she wanted to be the greatest. Go listen to Carrie, the champion. Go listen. Carrie and Ludacris. You can be the greatest. You can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world. You guys, you can do this. But it takes work, discipline, tenacity, and no freaking excuses. Y'all, no excuses good enough. Death or dilation. And that means you died. Death and dilation. That's it. You're literally birthing a baby or you dying. Okay? We are so overwhelmed. We want more time. Guess what? The girl you're watching on social media just finished $1 million or is having a great year and she looks like she's having the time of her life. She got the same 24 hours a day that you do. And I guarantee you that if you look at her scheduled time, her time committed to her business, it's not just here and there and oh, whenever. I promise you, it is calculated. I promise. I would bet my life. And she built in the fun. You guys, you see what happens is we don't build in the fun. We just build in the work. We go have fun. We wake up and live life. And whatever happens, happens. And we just build in the work when and if we can or want to. I'm challenging you. If you're called to be the champion, the director, the leader in your unit, the one who's going into DIQ and becoming a director so that you can go to Atlanta. Leadership conference is in our backyard this year. No plane ticket. We can take our cars. What? Normally we're paying a $300 to $400 plane ticket to fly to California. Nope, not this year. It is right here in our backyard. And I would love nothing more than to take a slew of brand new directors. The thing that you need to do is the one that you feel like is probably the hardest or scariest or rips you out of your comfort zone the most. It's the thing that will shift everything for you. When I say those words, most of you, will know exactly what the thing is that you want to do. You know you need to do it, and somehow, some days, you just can't seem to make yourself do it. Well, I want to challenge you to do this. Whatever that thing is. Let's say it is to just make 10 calls a day. Cut it in half. Cut it in half. And for 3 days, just make 5 phone calls. Just 5. Then the next 3 days, make 6. Then the next 3 days, make 7. The next 3 days, make 8. The next 3 days, make 9. The next 3 days, make 10. And guess what? Then, the thing that feels so scary or you felt so incredibly nervous about now is like, what was I afraid of? We just make up a story in our mind of how exhausting and painful it is to be disciplined and how much we hate doing that part. If somebody else just do that part for me, I could be great at Mary Kay. Friends, you're missing the point. It's learning the discipline. It's learning that excuses suck the life out of your dream. Excuses suck the life out of your dream. They do. They steal it. They bury it. Never to be seen or heard from again. You guys, the dream that's in your gut, you'll bury it because it feels hard, and our brain is chemically programmed. Do you know this? To flight or fight when it comes to the dream. Because years ago, the dream for cavemen used to be like, I gotta go hunt and kill dinner, right? Okay, so they're out in the woods, the big grizzly bear comes, their body creates this panic, fight or flight. They got to get out of Dodge. Their bodies are scared. They feel it in their chest. They're nervous. They're afraid. And their brain says, run! Right? Right. We feel fear. We don't want to get struck by lightning. Or we're on the ocean and a horrible storm comes. So it's a mode of protection when we feel so much fear because it tells us this is not safe. You might die. That's what we feel. Take that and let's put that into bookings or calling someone we're afraid to call. It's the same feeling, and your brain doesn't know the difference in making that call and seeing a grizzly bear. But let's be clear. The phone is not going to bite your face off, nor is it going to claw the entire side of your body off. The alligator that you saw in the swamp that you were terrified of and you took off running, but it's not an alligator. Just a phone. It's just a phone call. And I had to learn this because I was afraid of rejection so bad. It was so scary to me. But once I learned to work through what felt scary, I realized it actually wasn't scary at all. It was a lie that I had just made up in my mind in order to protect myself, to keep me in my own comfort zone. But when I actually started picking up the phone, do you know what I realized? I was just lying to myself. This actually is like really fun. Like this, I actually enjoy this. I actually enjoy talking to people, booking them, having appointments, hanging out, doing the party. I had a director say I finally did my first full circle appointment in person the other day, and it was amazing. I forgot how fun it was to just be with a woman and let her look in the mirror and think, oh my gosh, I feel so beautiful. We forget because we make it about us. You guys, if you're called to be out front, if you're called to lead, to help somebody else elevate their game, and to bring a whole team with you, guess what? I challenge you, get out the doggone tracking sheet. Quit making excuses and telling yourself you don't track. You're a businesswoman. Guess what? Yeah, you do track. You got to track to ever get better. We have to. We're not sick. We're not lazy. We're not out of commission. We have mouths that will open. Many of you have legs that will walk and bodies that are healthy and minds that are sharp. We've got to not waste this life thinking later will be easier, because, my friends, the sad news is that is a lie. Now is the easiest it will ever be. Pull out the sheet, scroll through your phone, call the first name. Don't spend an hour making the list. Pick a name. Go through your customer list. Pick a name. Decide what you're going to do with them. That's all you got to do. Am I booking her for a portfolio or an interview? What am I doing? We doing before and afters? Am I inviting her to the meeting? What am I going to do with her? I just want to do a facial. Great. Call her up. Hey, this is Holly. I'm super excited. I'm in a challenge to share Mary Kay with 30 amazing women this month. And I would love to honor and treat you. Your skin will love it. What do you say? Guess what? They're going to be like, girl, I need it. I've been home with my kids all summer. Please, Lord, save me. Please. Where can I come and when? You guys, be brave. Be brave. We got this. You got this. Get your running shoes on, ladies. Get out in front. Go take the lead. Go do the thing that scares you most. And one day you're going to attribute your success to that thing that you were willing to do, even though it was scary, even though it felt hard. And you're going to realize the lie that you made up all around it in your mind. Like, well, dang, it actually wasn't that bad. I love y'all. Congratulations on being a pre-pink achiever with your 300 or your new team member in on the scoreboard. I'm so proud of you. I want you to know that our Gold Circle year this year, you guys, is really going to be a testament to all of you, all of your success, all of your wins, the financial rewards and abundance that you have, the houses that you build, the pools that you put in, the vacations you take, the activities that you pay for your kids. Our dream and goal as a national area is going to happen when you get what you want and deserve from your Mary Kay business. Let's make it a great year. We are going to be grit, glitter, and gold this year. 2022 Low National Area Gold Circle champions. Let's take our place out in front. Love you guys.